Okay, so, alright. Alright, first off, alright now. hold on, ow. Hold on. I'm just getting ready for, Alright, I should have probably, had Oracle Seasons ready. Alright now. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight. We're so sorry, skeletons, you're so misunderstood. You only want to socialize, but I don't think we should. Alright now, first and foremost, I have a little bit of a side quest to take care of before I, do the main quest. Alright now, where's the nearest? Alright, I need to be here, and I need to find, a season stump, alright? Oh, sorry about that, ass. Alright, now take care of the Octoroks, because why not? Get rid of all those guys. Now that more adversaries have been made here. Alright, now, where's the season's rod? Ugh. Sorry about that. I think that the season's rod, cycles through them. Which this game was, remade, and, kind of the style that, the Link's Awakening remake got made. Alright, we need to go down here. If you want true power, then slay the 4 golden beasts that roam the land, and I shall grant you my power to use. So far, you've slain 0. Well, I know where some of the golden beasts are. I know where, like, a couple of them are. Alright, the first one is near the Woods of Winter. Alright, first one's near the Woods of Winter. Alright, I'll just make sure I don't actually accidentally use any of my Gale Seeds up. Alright, I need it to be... Let's see, it comes at a certain season and I don't remember which one it is. Right, I think it's autumn. Right, it's autumn, right? Yeah, there's the Golden Moblin. Yeah, that is the Golden Moblin. It's very tough. Very tanky. Stay tanky. Very tanky, sort of like Venom. Sort of like Venom, sort of like Venom and Marvel Rivals. Alright, now, next one will be... Alright, next one, I'm gonna go to Spool Swamp. Alright, now. Alright, now. One of them said Tarm Runes, but, I kind of have to come from the entrance of it. So you have to go past the, PlayStation buttons, where we put them in. Yeah, yeah, you're probably, kind of wondering why Nintendo would, put a Sony reference in their Nintendo game, but whatever. Actually, that's just a joke, okay? Yeah, that's just me making a haha funny meme. Alright, now, if I remember correctly, there's a gold lion hole around here. Oh wait, all the other enemies are gone. Alright, gold boomerang to stun. Gold boomerang to stun. Do keep it stun locked? That way we have a much easier time dealing with it. There, another adversary made pure. Another adversary has been successfully purified. Purification complete. Alright, now let's blow this popsicle stand. Nice that, they basically have, like, 4 maps, basically of all the seasons. Not that you really need to see all of them. But, they're there. If you want to see them for whatever reason. Alright, there's another one in Spool Swamp, but we need to be in summer. We need to be like I love summer. Yeah, sir, like Phineas and Ferb. Alright, Phineas and Ferb was such a good show. I really, really like Dr. Diffenschwartz. He, was definitely, good villain. I wish I had villains like him. First when anyone gets adapted into a television show, they'll probably, remake all the villains to be more like him. They'll probably remake all the villains to be more like him. A little bit less edgy than I thought. Alright, watch out for all these flowers. Ow, I'm getting pelted. Alright, we gotta be careful of all those flowers. Alright, whoa, Maple's here. Alright, I'm just gonna ignore her. I don't need Maple. Yeah, I don't want to, you know, get Maple, you know, when there's holes about. Granted, you know, it's probably fine. She's not gonna do that much. Granted, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like this map for her. Right, luckily those guys were nice and easy to deal with. Oh, nice, a big ruby. Yeah, very rarely when you're digging, you will dig up big rupees. Obviously, if you come over here in summer, the big you know, gold Octorok kind of shows up, just kind of trapped in the corner, and you know you're golden. Sort of like Golden Week. You know, I should probably, you know, consider, you know, making a gold bikini for Indamati. Alright, so we need to find a portal to Subrosia, right? Let's see, where's the one nearby? Let's see, alright. Well, the Woods of Winter is not too far from one of them. Oh, whoops, I don't need those items. Alright, please don't be any Leg-Lex around here. Oh no, ow, levers. Sorry, they got the drop on me. They got a little bit of the drop on me, that's okay though. Luckily, I know there's a portal around here somewhere. I distinctly remember that. Oh, sorry about starting late, by the way. Alright, I promise I will try to, you know, get to the dungeon today. Yeah, might as well, you know, look, might as well get that done. Alright, now... Alright, I think we need to cut across here. We need to get to... the pirates. Now they're like in a little house. Now we need to cut across. That gap is gonna be a little bit too far. Unless we use our magnetic glove. Unless we use our magnetic glove. No, it's not too far. Now I remember the magnetic glove being a little bit more jank. Maybe I was thinking of that one boss fight with, you know, Yeah, I think I was pretty much thinking of that one boss fight. Ah, here it is. Ah, here's where I need to be. Alright, first and foremost, before I go over here... I want to go through this portal. Yeah, I probably should have done this earlier. That way we'll have an easier way back. That way we'll have an easier way back in town. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Alright, I think I remember. Alright, now that's gonna help us later. Alright, now let's get over here. Use this fool's hit someone find me bell. Hey you, I can see it in your eyes, you're a competent adventurer. Go get to it, find me bell, I'll be waiting. Okay, sure thing, aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. Alright, luckily it's not like Captain Hook. Although, technically speaking in the lore, you know, Captain Hook's not really a villain. He's just really, really mad at Peter Pan, and Peter Pan and, you know, Tinkerbell are actually villains. I mean, they kind of weren't good people in the book either. You know, the Disney version, you know, definitely, you know, made him a little bit more of a heroic figure, yeah. As well as the Hook movie. Yeah, but Peter Pan and Tinkerbell are, you know, kind of psychotic, really. Yeah, Source, I actually read the book, and, Peter Pan is kind of a sociopath in that, you know. Peter Pan is kind of a sociopath, unfortunately, and, Tinkerbell's a little bit young gray for him. Sadly, as you know, and he found out. Alright, do I have any rings? Oh, I have a couple rings. Alright, I'll turn those in. Alright, I got the 1000 ring. Alright, slaying 1000 monsters, so I get a ring. Alright, I got the Subrosian ring, which is not too bad. Alright, I already have the red luck ring, so that's okay. Slayer's ring, alright, you already have that one. Yeah, slaying like 1,000 monsters. Yeah, was trying to, get that heart piece from, the gotcha seed, but it's not wanting to drop. Oh, hey there. Pan is a monster? Yeah, that is true. Peter Pan is a monster. Yeah, Peter Pan is actually evil, yeah. Oh, you respect him, huh? I mean, I feel like a death merchant is more lawful evil than, whatever is going on with Peter Pan, though. I feel like a... Whoops. Whoops, I kinda got it wrong. Alright, now... Sorry, the control stick is a little jank for that. Yeah, sorry, it seems like the control stick was a little jank for that, because it's kind of designed around, a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy D-pad. Oh, I see, these guys are infinitely spawning. Ow, stop. No, these guys are just gonna spawn in infinitely. I mean, those guys are just gonna spawn in infinitely, so I'm gonna ignore them. Right now, I remember there being... Alright now. Also drugs. Nice weapons and weapons accessory and also drugs. Oh yeah, shouldn't sell drugs. Drugs are bad, yeah. Drugs do not make you a bad... Drugs do not make you strong warriors, no. Unless you're a berserker. Now, berserkers, they get super strong when they do drugs. Alright now. And obviously we're gonna need this skull. Alright, we need this skull. Alright, not down those two. Not down that one, not down that one. Whoa, watch out. No, get away from me, Stop, don't touch me, normies. No, normies, don't touch me. Don't touch me, normies. No, get away from me, ow. Ow. Stupid normies. No. Right now, I did not find it. Alright, not that one. No, whoa, watch out. Alright, down this way. Alright, is there anything down over here? No. I'm not finding it. Right now. Gotta be... No, get away from me, levers. Get away from me, levers. Alright, down this one. Alright, there we go. Right now, there's the bell. We got the rusty bell. It's got a little bit rusty. Uh-oh, the bell. I hope that'll do. Alright, it's awfully rusty. You can go to the afterlife, huh? Yeah, after sticking us with our rusty bell, unfortunately. Yeah, alright. Don't worry, they're not illegal medical drugs, don't worry. I get them from a Fae friend, and I don't use them, I just sell them. No, you got them from Faes. No, you got them from Fae, so that might be, that... What sort of shady deal did you do with the Fae to, get those? Yeah, that could literally cost more than an arm and a leg, depending on how much they're asking for it. Yeah, I wouldn't trust anybody like that now. Depending on what they're asking for, and willing to settle for, it could really be, not very good. Hmm. Oh, well, then again, you know, you are a death merchant. You're probably very good at negotiating. Now you rung the bell. Thank God. Let me check again. Oh, surely this is this thing's rusted something awful. What are you pulling? This won't do. Go get it polished. All right, I will go get it polished, I guess. All right, now I guess I'm getting the bell polished. Yeah, the bell is, you know, the bell is like super rusted through. Oh no, it's rusty. Well, but I guess I will have to go, you know, get that polished somehow. Alright, let's see. Whoa. Alright, please don't dunk yourself in lava. Yeah, be careful about dunking yourself in lava. Alright, we just need to pull ourselves across. Magnetic gloves. Magnetic gloves are, you know, pretty nice and all, but, you know, I prefer the bull mitts. I prefer the bull mitts myself, yeah. Really, the only currency I don't take is Bitcoin. I don't blame you. Alright, now, welcome to Cerberus Smithy. We do the finest work in this land, but we take only the jobs that interest us. The two in the back are masters of the trade. I'm just the manager. Huh, the master speaks. Huh, is that so? The master's eyes cannot be deceived. He says you hold a bell of great value. He hasn't offered to polish it, but should he? Yeah, do it. Yeah, just do it. In fact, that's that trash. Alright, straight to the point. Master, do it now. And now we got... Alright, now. That's been... Alright, now. I don't blame you, it's our first time, you know, after you know, cryptocurrency. I wouldn't blame you whatsoever. I don't blame you whatsoever. It's basically worthless. Yeah. Yeah, cryptocurrency seems like Bitcoin just seems like it's gonna crash. Yeah, Bitcoin is like totally the future, and you know, I'm totally not a scam whatsoever. No. And totally not, you know, another crypto bro scam. I would rather take a pair of bedazzled Wrangler jeans and trade for one of my pieces so I don't need another pair of bedazzled Wrangler jeans. Alright, those sound like, you know, very good jeans. I mean, those jeans sound like they got lots of bling on them. Alright, yeah. Jump, jump like a kangaroo. Jump, jump like a bunny. Hop, hop like a bunny. Yeah, cute bunny. You know, sort of like Mr. Enderman if he were here. Alright, now we got the bell polished. You brought me the bell. I think, let's take a gander. Alright, there's no mistaking it. This bell is full of memories, but it doesn't mean they're all that good, sniff. Now I'm all pensive. It's not like me. We're off me used to see. What a beautiful sound. That voice, could it be? Hey, Queen Amby! She, you know, is reuniting with her skeleton lover. Yeah, alright now. Alright, she's been waiting 400 years, so, you know, reunite with her lover. I mean, nay, this must be dreaming. I never thought we'd meet again after so long. Even now, I think of our parting. It pains my heart. Though many years have gone by since then, you are still as beautiful as ever. Nay, you were unchanging every bit the man you were, if not a little bit then. Oh no. That's young for a skeleton. I mean, that is true, yeah. Alright now. You're a seafaring land, can't live your life on land. So I shall be at your port of call, waiting always for your return. Oh, Amby. Oh, this is a sweet romance. Alright, now depart to the afterlife together, please. Yeah, and I just brought... Alright, now. Aye, the ship is about to set sail. Set sail for One Piece. It's the name of the treasure in the Grand Line. Yo, oh, and a bottle of rum. Yo, maybe we can find out where Ganondorf has hidden the rum. Yeah, Ganondorf, you know, being super evil and, you know, stealing the rum. Yeah. I shall steal the rum from the pirates. Yes, sire. Wait, what? Why are we stealing, you know, rum from pirates? It's, have you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean, Minion? What, is this like the time you tried to get the Gorons addicted to crystal meth? It's a straw hat. That's Roger's crown. That's a freaking 400-year-old indestructible straw hat. That's got some kind of magic, you just admit it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, the key to One Piece actually turned out to be the Straw Hat. You could have saved, like, over 9,000 episodes, with the, that. Yeah, by the way, how many episodes is One Piece up to again? I'm pretty sure One Piece is just gonna be, the One Piece author just, end up being a bathtub full of money. It's not the key, it's it's the One Piece that Shank crowned Luffy king at the beginning of the series. And then Luffy had to prove himself to be the king of pirates. By defeating all the other pirates. And, overthrowing the world nobles and defeating the celestial dragons. Yeah, get rid of the celestial dragons, now the slave traders. Yeah, we practice John Brown the anime around here. Yeah, make the world nobles face the judgment of the Lord. Yep, this is Chris's grand tour. He's recruiting his admirals. Oh, it's so useful on the shore. All our crew is getting sick. Which was Buggy. I don't blame you. Buggy is, very cool. I mean, he can detach all his body parts from, all himself, which means the possibilities for his, arts are endless. Which means the possibility of cool shit you can do is pretty awesome. One Piece has, consistently kept all the fights, pretty cool. Yeah, sort of like early Naruto used to be until, until they ruined it. Yeah, yeah, early Naruto had some cool fights until, they started, making, every ninja's base weapon basically be the atomic bomb. Yes, the tactical nuke is a ninja's most powerful secret technique. Oh, cool, we can... Alright, now. Uh-oh. Oh, ow. I got hit by the explosion, no. Alright, I might not have been ready for that. It's so sad they both died because they exploded each other. Alright, now. Let's change the season to spring. Yeah, spring, my favorite season. It's full of flowers. And flowers bring hay fever. And the flowers bring beauty and hay fever to all. Cool, I got some bombs. Nice. Kaboom! Kabomb! Which is a shame because it wasn't a shame that it not exploded and never had any kids. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, they definitely, she definitely exploded and never had any kids that were, yeah, she never had any kids, which was kind of a shame. She was kind of in love with Naruto, and they hinted at the romance for some time. But, that kind of fell through, unfortunately. Yeah, it is a sad tale, to be honest. It is a very sad tale, to be honest. Right now, it is a sad tale, to be honest, yeah. Yeah, spontaneous human explosion. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah. I remember when that happened, and all the fans were like super upset about that. And then it turned out to be one of Orochimaru's plans, yeah. It turned out to be a plan by Orochimaru to troll Naruto. It was one of Orochimaru's plans to get to Naruto. By killing his lover. Dead love interest. Being a good motivation for a hero. And having the final showdown with Orochimaru. And yeah, that's definitely how Naruto ended with the fight with Orochimaru and Naruto. And definitely nothing else. Certainly no weird moon demons or whatever. could have had a kid, but the most insufferable. They could have had a kid that's the most insufferable brat ever, like completely pointless. Wait, listen to my regret. I worked in the library in Labana a long time ago. Just because I hear their secret, I became this to set it right. I want you to hear the secret. Hear my secret, you understand? No. Here is the secret. Uh-oh, this is evidence of a crime. Alright, guys, not gonna lie, this is kind of, top secret evidence of a crime. So we need to, put the poster child. The poster child of nepotism. They killed off Ninja because, he was basically saying, you didn't really have to work hard to become Hokage. You just had to, the special. You just had to be super duper special. You just had to, basically be elected by nepotism, basically. Which, kind of made the whole dream kind of pointless, really. Alright, now, before go get that secret, which will undoubtedly take me to... Oh, no, I remember where that secret's gonna take me. It's gonna take me to that library again. Oh, no. And we find out that our main character, the orphan, is actually the prince of the village. Oh, no. Yeah... Yeah, that seems like it might lead to a little bit of nepotism. That seems like that's a little bit of nepotism, just kind of putting it out there. Yeah, that's how Hokages are actually made, nepotism. Not hard work or anything like that, no. Just pure nepotism. Sort of like elected positions in real life, yeah. Nobody actually works for those positions. They're all in there. They're all in there because of family connections. They're all in there because of money and connections. I'm gonna be Kage. No one notices. No one else runs around saying shit except the other people who are destined for the Hokage. I got all right now. You have slain all 4 golden beasts, sir. You are worthy of the true power. Take this. You obtained a ring. Get it appraised. Get it appraised later. How you use the power is up to you, but do not be tempted to abuse it. And he kind of and this weird old man disappears. All right, now he will give us the power of he will give us the temptation of power. Yeah. The Triforce of Power, kind of represents, temptation and all that. That very true sacred force of, basically being used for evil. Also, Naruto power scaling is getting into the Dragon Ball Z shit. Yeah, that is true, yeah. It's a good thing that never happened, and, it's a good thing, they kept, Naruto grounded and, remembered that, it had a hard magic system, and, and remembered, that, kunais are actually deadly weapons. Yeah, that was, certainly something that, it definitely 100% remembered. And definitely, didn't forget, in terms of, just spamming tactical newts at each other. And summoning giant cane toads. Alright, I will obtain the blast ring, bomb damage up. Cool, we got more bomb damage. And we get the red ring, which, gives us 2 times sword damage, which is pretty nice. Alright, now, and I will take off the green ring and grab the red ring. Oh boy, howdy. Alright, so I have a secret that I need to, do. Alright, I kinda need to, go to Oracle of Ages real quick. Alright, I'm going back to the library, with that, puzzle that, I had to walk through. I had to walk on that invisible path again. I'm not looking forward to that. I am 100% definitely looking forward to it. It, was so good the first time around. Yeah, I mean... as much as, we rag on Naruto, early Naruto was actually really good. But, but, once it became we have to find Sasuke, even though Sasuke clearly... once it became we have to find we have to find Sasuke is kind of where, started to kind of drop off for me. If I'm gonna be, 100% honest. Because why are we dedicating ourselves to finding somebody who, by all accounts, basically went traitor? Yeah, it's so that we can have the arc with, the Edgelord rifle, yeah. That, has a redemption arc. Yeah, my favorite way to, have redemption arcs for all the villains is, to give them, top no jutsu. Oh, boy. Alright, I'll try a cheese of just a... What? Alright, that doesn't seem to be working. Alright, now I remember this puzzle. Alright, now. I remember this puzzle, yeah. You didn't divorce Sakura? No. He's a deadbeat shit dad. Oh, he didn't, divorce Sakura, he's never home. No, poor Sakura, poor Sakura. Sakura, like, one of the most well, Sakura is definitely one of the most, very appreciated and loved, protagonist ever. She was part of the cast of the Big Three, so obviously she's got to be good, right? There were plans to, make her good, but, they kind of fell through. I kind of fell through for some reason. And I fell through for some strange reason. I can't imagine why. There, you saw the riddle. Have you some errands? Yes. Alright, now, yeah. Well, if his mind controlling reality altering shit. Oh, whoops, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got this right. Alright, it's Diamond, right? Why do you know this? Why do you know that secret? That secret is only for this library. Do not tell anyone. I offer this for your silence. What are you trying to cover up, old man? And he gives us the mirror shield, which, reflects beams and also... It reflects beams and also magic. This is the secret to the shield and holodrum, too. Alright, just let me write that down real quick. Alright, lowercase n. Exclamation point. Diamonds. 2, and the squiggly line, whatever that is. Naruto are pretty much evenly matched, and while she isn't any stronger than either of them because of the nature of her power's work, she's pretty much just gonna ignore all. She could pretty much just ignore all Sasuke's power and beat the out of him. Don't let the secret out, huh? Alright, what did that ghost, see in the pet? What did that ghost see? Who knows what that ghost, saw, wow. And be like you're coming home and you're my boyfriend now. No, it's Tsundere. That's why the whole series didn't make sense. Alright, now we need... Alright, now. Yeah, the whole series, the whole series of Naruto is, it started off very promising and then kind of dropped off. Yeah, yeah, if I were gonna make, my own headcanon about Naruto, I would say that the reason why the plot, was very inconsistent towards, the later seasons is because it was all actually, illusion by Itachi, pulling a prank on Sasuke all along. To, kind of troll him. Yeah, none of the stuff that happened in the series actually happened. That would be pretty hilarious if that turned out to be the twist. Welcome, Link. I am here. Alright, now this is the whole secret for your secret safe farm. Now they're all stuck back in Ninja Elementary School. I mean, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, and you're telling me Naruto, did all the things he did, and he was unable to. He never beat the Genin. He never became anything other than a Genin. I guess you don't need that when you're the chosen one. I guess you don't need to pass the Chunin exam. You don't need to pass the Chunin exam, if you're the chosen one. I guess. Cool, I got the mirror shield. Nice. That, will be very helpful. No, I don't know. Alright, now I got the mirror shield. It's slightly better because it deflects beams. Yeah, please don't like me. I mean, Naruto is a very good series, but no flaws whatsoever. Yeah. No flaws whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of some. Yeah. What happened with Naruto is kind of, it does kind of, make me feel a little bit bad. Yeah. It did start off pretty promising, sort of like that one series. Sort of like Darling in the Franxx, but it kind of fell off towards the end. Yeah, sort of like Darling in the Franxx, unfortunately. Sort of like, Darling in the Franxx, not unlike that. Yeah, started off with so much promise, and then, just didn't deliver. Although I will still always remember the cool early fights in, Naruto. Some of them were actually pretty clever. Yeah, that's kind of how I, thought it would be towards the end, but, no. I kind of forgot all that. That was kind of one of the appeals of Naruto to me, is kind of how cool the fights were. Yeah, unlike Fairy Tail. I mean, Fairy Tail may have the power of friendship, but yeah. But yeah, at least the fights in that were mostly consistent. Even if there was a lot of, power friendship stuff. Alright, now watch out for spooky, scary ghosts. Alright, now watch out for a scary ghost. Ooh, I am a ghost, and I am spooky and scary. Wait, aren't we supposed to be spooked by skeletons? I shall not speak of 7 deadly sins. Yeah, that's another one that, was like that. That is very true, yeah. That is very true, yeah. 7 Deadly Sins definitely was like that. Definitely was like what I was describing. Alright, for the stealth post enemies, you want to kind of keep your sword charged and just basically stab at them. Kind of really the easiest way to defeat them. And of course, by now that anti-fairies are kind of weak to, Boomerang. Even the magic Boomerang is good against them. Uh-oh. Alright, this little room is dark. And over here it's a little... Run away before the fires go out. Uh-oh. We have a little bit of leeway with the fire. Not too much, though. Alright, now watch out for Wizrobes. And that gets us a small key, which is pretty nice. Yeah, the curse will send you back to the start of the dungeon. We'll send you back to the start of the dungeon, so you're gonna have to watch out for that. That's, pretty nasty, huh? Which roads are people to? Which roads are people to? I don't think so. I mean, which roads do look humanoid, so I guess they're somewhat intelligent. I mean, they were pretty annoying, they were pretty annoying in, Tears, and, Hyrule Warriors too, though. They were pretty annoying enemies, though. Many of the Hyrule Warriors too, and Breath of the Wild. Evil people made out of magic? I mean, yeah, that's pretty much, a lot of, I mean, evil people made out of magic are probably people, too. I mean, it's not really their fault that, they were made from evil magic. Trying to break my curse, don't be silly, I won't let you. And over here, we have to deal with, a spooky ghost. Hey there, spooky ghost, how's it going? And of course, the red ring makes it, like, super easy to beat these guys. Yeah, that ghost is gonna be a sub-boss later. Yeah, Ghost is gonna be a sub-boss later. He kind of escaped for now. Alright, he kind of escaped for right now, though. Alright, now, hold on for just a minute. Hold on for just a minute. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Sorry. I deeply apologize. Alright, ow. Alright, now, ow. Sorry about that. I mean, evil people made out of magic might be... Not really are people too, but, kind of reminds me of Blackboard Greymon, yeah. You remember how Blackboard Greymon was made? You remember how Blackboard Greymon was made, right? Alright, so we got a little... Alright, so what's over this way? Oh wow, there's a bunch of gels. Oh wow, there are a lot of gels in here. Alright, so this is definitely where I'm supposed to jump, right? No, there are trampolines in here too. Alright, kind of figures that that's not correct. Alright, kind of figures, that wasn't correct. Alright, now, nice, we got another key, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, now we're alright now. Right now, is there any other way to go here? Alright, so I can't get access to that ball over there. Alright, so alright now. Alright, good thing the Armos are weak to the magic boomerang. Alright, we have to find the one that, isn't, but, I'm alive. Oh no, ow. Oops. No, I kinda, screwed that up, sorry. Kinda got a little too careless. Alright, I'll just take care of these guys real quick. Alright, do I want to go there? I don't know if I want to go over there yet. Oh, whoa, what's this room? Oh, I see bats. Oh boy, I see bats. Alright, I see some bats. Those are, Oh, whoops. Ah, silly. Alright. That's why I was, kind of wanting to avoid the bats. Because I knew they were gonna knock me in. I knew they were gonna knock me down. I knew they were gonna try to knock me down. Alright, oh no, don't fall into the hole, please. Yeah, please avoid the hole. Alright, what am I supposed to do here? Oh, we're being raided. Oh, Enderman, thank you for raiding. Anaben, thank you for raiding! Anaben! Anaben's here! Alright, just let me check real quick. Right now, Right now, how am I supposed to do this puzzle? Alright, not like that. Alright, that's not the solution. Alright, how am I supposed to do this? Alright, now, let's see, right, I think it might be that one. Alright, now if I do this one, I'll lower that one right there. Oh wait, that's not right. Alright, I don't know what the solution to this is. Sorry, I kinda stuck. Wait, what if I do this one first? And then I do the... Then I do that one. Then I do that one. Alright, this one. Alright, that was the solution. Hey, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid, Annabelle. Sorry right now. I was kinda focused on the puzzle, so I'm really sorry about that. Sorry about being focused on the puzzle. Alright, now I'll grab the heart. Oh, they don't respond. Alright, now, I'm sorry, I was kind of focused on the puzzle, so I deeply apologize for that. Alright, now, good thing we took care of all the bats already. Alright, we immediately have an anti-fairy, coming at us. Alright, I'll just knock it out. That was a tough puzzle, alright. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, it wasn't so bad. Alright, now, which way do we go here? Alright. Be gone before the fires go out or else? Well, there's no way we're getting through that. Wait, I see... Right, so I see this over here. Right now. Right now, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to push it, right around here. Yeah, I need to get up here. Alright, I'm not too worried about that wisp right there. As long as it kind of stays away from me. As long as it's not too close to me, I don't care. Alright, now, yeah, they will curse you, so we gotta kind of avoid them. Yeah, the curse is kind of a little obnoxious. Curse is a little obnoxious, not gonna lie. Alright, this seems like it's gonna be a bit of a speed test. Alright, now where's my Pegasus seeds? Right now, just let me, Oh, you think you're stronger than your sister, huh? Alright, now next time you will not leave this crypt. Oh, really? Do you think you can take me, huh? Well, with the curse broken, we should be able to go through the roller room now. By the way, Inabin is a super cute, super adorable bunny. He's like one of the best friends in this dream. One of my best friends, yeah. You should definitely check out Inabin if you guys, haven't. Alright, luckily Alright, alright now. Oh, whoa. Alright, maybe I shouldn't try to chase it. Alright, I was told about that. Alright, let's just attract all these knights into the void. I was trying to chase it right there, so I apologize for that. Obviously, that's not what you're supposed to... That's not the intended solution. No, these knights are kind of back, aren't they? Probably because I didn't properly defeat them. Right, let's be careful across the bridge. And then magnet... Oh, and I remembered these magnet things. Man. Whoops. Please face the right way, please. Alright, now, there we go. Alright, now, alright, I did that without falling in the holes, please. Alright, I did that without falling in the holes, that's good. Now defeat the Stalfos, so that the door will be open. Alright, now. Alright, I will, approach from here so I don't fall in the hole. Whoa, oh, no, we got a problem. Oh, no, well. Wasn't expecting, an anti-fairy to be right on top of me. Alright, that was a little unfortunate. That was a little bit unfortunate. Alright, that was, Alright, we have some peace over here. Oh, well. Come back here. Whoa, don't. Come back here, Keese. Come over here, Keese, I dare you. No, don't go near the hole. Alright, now, watch out for the holes. I kinda wanna get rid of those keys. And I really wanna get rid of those. I want to get rid of them so they're not in the way. Well fought and defeated Morningstar and the Casepis. Feels strange fighting that guy at level 59. Yeah, you're definitely meant to encounter him a little bit earlier than that, but he's kind of one of... Funny enough, I kind of had a lot of trouble with him during my playthrough. Oh, whoops. Funny enough, I kind of had a lot of trouble with Morningstar during my playthrough. So I'm glad you were able to beat him, no problem. Yeah, that's a pop. Alright, now we have the rock cape. Yeah, if we hold down A, we're gonna... Alright, now just tap A to do a short hop and then hold down. Yeah, I kept going the slow round and keeping him topped off. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if you have a plastic mon, it's a little bit easier. Yeah, if you use plastic mons, he's a little bit easier. At least I think. I, think he's a little bit easier with, some plastic mons. I think he's a little bit easier with, plastic mons, yeah. Yeah, since, his major attacks are, lightning. Lightning is one of the better elements in the game, but, lightning can resist it. My bootleg kept turning plastic any time he was about to use Judgment. Ah, that's a good strategy, yeah. Good strategy. Yeah, plastic is basically the way to beat Morningstar, yeah. Kind of funny, that it's kind of related to Kaylee's side quest, but, her base bond is kind of really bad at, fighting him. Since, it's air elements. Which, kind of sucks for her. Unless you kind of change up her mon in your mon. Luckily, there's plastic mons, pretty early in the game. Luckily, there's plastic mons really early in the game. So you shouldn't have too much trouble with her. I mean, with, Morningstar. We have these bats again. You know, this wouldn't be so bad if there weren't keys everywhere. This wouldn't be so bad if there weren't, those keys right there. Yeah, this wouldn't be so bad if there weren't those, annoying keys. Those guys are kind of a little bit of a pain. Right now, might as well grab the heart. And we kind of need to move. Oh, whoops! No, that's not... That was bad. I have to restart the entire room now. Ow. Alright, yeah. I barely have enough room for that. Alright, I remember these guys are kind of really annoying. Alright, luckily if you get them trapped... You know, they aren't so bad if you can corner them. They aren't so bad if you can kind of corner them. At least a little bit, but they do so much damage. Alright, now we got him. Alright, now adversary purified. Alright, now let's see what this, takes us up to. Alright, obviously we're not supposed to do it like that. Alright, we need to push it up just a couple... What? Alright, that didn't work. I guess I need to push it up just a little bit more. Alright, what am I supposed to do with this? Alright, what am I supposed to do with this, then? And clearly... Oh, I see. I'm supposed to, I think I'm supposed to, push it right here. What? That didn't work either? Alright, I don't get it. Alright, I do not get it. Alright, I'm not getting it, so unfortunately. Alright, now. Alright, I am not getting what I'm supposed to be doing here. Alright, so, alright, now, hold on for just a minute. Hold on for just a minute. Oh, no, go back. Go back. Alright, my cape. Oh, I see, I'm supposed to push it up above, huh? Alright, now, alright. Alright, this time I think I got it. Oh, whoop. Oh, come on. Alright, now, there we go. Alright, now. There we go, alright, now. Push that trampoline north? Yep, I figured it out. Don't worry, I figured it out. Alright, now, where was one of those blocks at? Let's see, I kinda need these Armo statues out of the way, too. I need these statues out of my way. Oh, what? It changed on me? Alright, the puzzle solution kinda changed on me. Alright, it's that one. I'll just, knock out the other enemies so I can hopefully get some hearts. And I gotta be kinda careful about touching the Armos themselves, because they kinda do a little bit of spicy damage. And they kinda, alright now. Kinda need to be a little more careful in this dungeon. The enemies are kinda kicking my butt just a little bit. Alright, where did I see there was... Alright, where did I see there was a locked door around here? Alright, now, where was there a locked door again? Alright, wasn't there a block or something? Oh yeah, there was a locked... Alright, I remember now. Alright, I remember. I remember it was over here. Alright, now watch out for the anti-fairy, obviously. Alright, now. Alright, now we're making our way. Oh, we have to do this again? Oh, no. Wait, or do we? No, we... Alright. Alright, no hearts from those. No, whoops. Wait, this isn't the way I'm supposed to go. Ow. Alright, this is not the way I'm supposed to go. Alright, I'm sorry, I kind of forgot which way I'm supposed to go. Alright. I think I got it this time, though. There's only 2 possible routes. Alright, please give me some hearts, please. No hearts. Alright, yeah, I'm supposed to go to the roller room. Alright, watch out for the rollers. Alright, watch out for rollers. They kinda, you know, try to roll into you. Alright, there's the block. Alright, just watch out for the flying tiles. I'll just wait for them to, you know, kind of run out. I'll wait for them to run out. Alright, whoa. Alright, there we go. Ooh, that was, you know, that was rather risky. Oh, that was rather risky, yeah. Alright, now. Having a rate of cotton on Earth. Also having a rare cotton on Nurse. Also helped, I guess, though. Yeah. Alright, now, how do we deal with these enemies? Oh, wait. Oh, nice. Oh, wait, maybe I can just shoot sword beams at them. That seems like an optimal solution. Alright, come in my sword beam range, please. Stop hanging out over there. Alright, could you please stop hanging out over there? Please come in my sword beam range, please. Alright, there we go. Alright, now just take him out the safe way, I guess. No, Pegasus seeds. So I guess I need those. Ow. Alright, we have an ad break going on. Oh, ow. Yep. Whoa, whoops. I did not mean to do that. Sorry about that. Oh well, it only took like 1 Pegasus seed, so... Now come back to haunt you? Yeah. Yeah, sure you will. You have all been eliminated. Alright, the adversaries have been purified. Well, the ghosts were pretty easy. I don't know, we got whiz robes. We got a whole bunch of whiz robes on top of... We got a bunch of whiz robes on top of us. Alright, that does not make me feel safe. Oh, get out of here. Alright, so... Which way am I supposed to head? Alright, which way am I actually supposed to head? Alright, now. Alright, we're making our way... Alright, making our way through. Oh boy, we got... Alright. Oh boy, that, you know, looks, you know, dicey. Hold on for just a minute. Hold on for just a minute. Please excuse me while I stretch out for a little bit. Alright, need to be, you know, nice. Need to be not distracted while I do this. Alright now, this should be, you know, alright now. Alright now, there we go. Alright, so far so good. Alright, now. Alright, now there we go. Alright, nice, we're on it. Alright, nice, we're over here. Oh boy, we have a lot of enemies. Alright, now. Alright, now I'll just take care of these guys real quick. Alright, it might be a little bit difficult. It might be a bit difficult if they're all gonna, you know, punch, you know, away from me. Now stop, you know, hitting me, please. Alright, that'll take care of him. Alright, that'll take care of those. Alright, now might as well just take care of all the enemies. Alright, all the enemies have been taken care of. Alright, now let's blow this popsicle stand. Alright, watch out for the cracked floor that's right there. And then let's jump across. Push that aside. Oh boy. Well, this dungeon hasn't been so rough so far. So far, this dungeon's been pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of... Alright. It's been pretty good so far. No major problems. Pretty easy. Alright, I'm supposed to hit that one on the far side first, huh? Alright, wait for the seeds to run out. Whoops. Alright, there we go. Alright, that was, you know, pretty easy. Alright, what am I supposed to do here? A red trampoline, huh? Alright, now let's see what this red trampoline has for us. Whoops. Alright, maybe I need to be a little more careful with that. Alright, I need to be a lot more careful with that. Alright, let's get in here. Alright, that was easy. Alright, took a little bit of hits from the fireballs, but that's okay. Alright, so, where's the boss? Alright, so where exactly is the boss room exactly, then? No, it's up... Alright, where's the boss room again? Alright, the boss cube was right there. Oh, it's in the stairwell. Alright, it's in the stair room, yeah. Right, stair room. Right, in the stair room with all the Wizrobes, of course. Why would it not be? I wish there were some more fairies in these these. Alright, I wish. I gotta be a little bit more. Gotta be a little careful with this. Hey! Don't push me. Don't do that. That was unfair. Alright, that was a little dirty. That was a little unfair. Alright, no. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Alright, now. Alright, wow, that boss was actually super easy with the red ring. Never mind, I guess the boss wasn't nothing. Huh, that was easy? Huh, boss was pretty easy. Nice. Alright, that was Gleelock. Huh, it looks a lot less intimidating than, Tears of the Kingdom. I remember, Inabin would probably remember that from Tears of the Kingdom. You know, some people build giant death satellites just to deal with that. Not bad. Say, Link, the seed of life has given me new strength. Now the last essence of nature, but this time I saw no dreams. I must rely on you, Link. It's somewhere in Holodrum, yeah. Well, good thing we got it narrowed down to, somewhere in Holodrum. Alright. Sorry. On my nose. Sorry, it's a bit stuffed up. Sorry about that. Promise you, I don't mean to do that on purpose, I promise. Yeah, the Rockscape can be... Come on, stop running. Please stop running. Alright, we need to change the season to autumn. So we can get that one heart piece. Yeah, obviously the Rockscape will let us get to that heart piece. We just need to go in that cave that was over there. And obviously over there, Obviously over there is a place where we can use Rockcape. Yeah, see, right over here. Just push these aside and then go up here. And hey, we're out here at Autumn. And now let's grab ourselves a heart piece, which is guarded by these mushrooms, which are stone in any other season. I mean, as you probably already know. Now let's grab ourselves another piece of heart. Nice. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, let's save. Alright, let's save and let's go look for somebody to raid. We've done plenty for today. We've done plenty for today, The dungeon itself was a little bit harder than the actual boss. Then again, I had the red ring on, so it was honestly pretty easy. Plus, I had the Master Sword, so it was even easier. In a non-link game, that's probably a little bit harder. Oh, hey, Maria. Alright. Alright, how about we go... Alright, let's go raid Maria... Alright, let's raid Maria _ Puddingway. Yeah, they're playing a Golden Sun game. I kind of am highly interested in I kind of really like Golden Sun, and I'm considering playing it soon sometime. Maybe after Atelier Yumiya is finished. I kind of want to do that. Oh, whoa. Alright, our stream is, starting to die. Sorry about that. Oh, hey, wake up, Animali. Sorry, Animali is, practicing your, astral projection, yeah. Alright, now, there we go. Moonbat raid, goodbye.